So I'm really delighted to be here with Morgan today, speaking about sharing our experiences with each other as a way of helping one another. And our resource packs at Future Me are a vessel for doing that. So we collect together our experiences of anything from mental health and well-being to education and work. So we're really excited to be updating our resource pack soon. And specifically the mental health and wellbeing pack, we're really keen to get some more experiences in, and this is something that anybody under the age of 25 can contribute to. And I'm delighted to be joined with Morgan today, who's going to be talking through some of his experiences with social anxiety that are going to be shared in our resource pack. So hi Morgan, it's lovely to be with you today. How are you?
I'm fine, Martha. Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much for your time and for your willingness to share some personal experiences. I know that's not always easy, but thank you so much for coming along and sharing your time with me today. So, first of all, I'd like to kind of ask you, how have you experienced social anxiety?
I struggled throughout my teen years with anxiety. It grew worse when I started college. It was a mixture of stress from work, trying to socialize, and figuring out where I fit in. I lacked any knowledge back then to attempt to cope with it, and it was feeding my negative self image with me back then. It made it very difficult for me to focus on work, make new friends, and it caused frequent mental meltdowns that had me sent home. It's happened to me so much that it led me believing I was a failure and caused me to almost have a crisis.
I'm really sorry to hear that. And I unfortunately, I think it's probably an experience that's quite familiar to a lot of people. But I hope you're doing a bit better now, and I hope that the fact that you're able to talk about it is an indication that maybe you're working through some of this. But thanks for sharing that and being so honest. And I just wondered kind of if you'd be able to share how you are overcoming or have overcome this challenge of social anxiety, because it's a difficult thing to move through. And I think other people would like to know how you might be overcoming it personally.
How I overcome it? Well, the crisis that I mentioned, I started speaking to a counselor when I was referred to at college. It became a turning point for me in helping me cope better with my anxiety and other problems. I learned how to be more honest and better at explaining my emotions to my close friends and family. It took me even longer to not criticize myself in a negative manner, and it took me a very long time to be where I am now. I can manage my anxiety to the point it is no longer holding me back.
Oh, I'm really pleased to hear that you feel like you kind of shaken off of that kind of crippling anxiety that's holding you back. And I think it struck a real chord with me. You kind of mentioned talking to your friends and family. I think that sharing your how you're feeling with others is actually really kind of it helps people work through a lot, doesn't it? And I think we all should be encouraged to speak to those we trust when we're feeling down or feeling anxious. So thanks for that, Morgan. And just to round this up, really, I think we're always keen to kind of share our experiences, but also to give advice, because if you've moved through something, you're really well placed to share with other young people some kind of tried and tested advice. So I wondered what your kind of top tips or advice might be to other young people who might be listening who are currently experiencing these feelings or anxiety.
Well, my first advice is be honest and open with your feelings. Talking it through not only with yourself but with friends and family can help rationalize your anxious thoughts. It can help reduce those thoughts. And my second advice is seek professional help if it does become too much. I know it can be scary, but you never know how much good it can do for your mental health. And my third advice is practice breathing exercises. I know it sounds trivial, but it was what I was taught by my counselor and has done a lot for me. Letting yourself sit down and focusing on your breathing can help with slowing down your mind and calm you down. And finally, don't let yourself believe you're a failure. You're not. You are more than your anxiety. It is a part of you, but it doesn't have to define you. You are stronger than you believe.
I love that, Morgan, that it doesn't have to define you. That anxiety is, it's something, mental health is something we all have, but you know, we define ourselves, and I'm so glad that you feel like you're moving through this and feel stronger, and that you're kind of you're defining yourself rather than the anxiety doing that for you. So I just want to say a massive thanks again for your time today and for sharing your experiences. I know it's not easy, but I hope that you'll inspire other people as well to kind of find that voice and share their experiences, because it really can make a difference hearing someone like yourself speaking so honestly. So thanks so much, Morgan. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today.
Thank you for having me.